People are haunted. Places are haunted. Times are haunted. I was born with a gift to see behind the shadows in the light, in the darkness. Dead friends come to me. Live friends, too. People that aren't even alive come to me in my dreams, too. I've seen ghosts wandering in the night. I've heard them shuffle through rooms. The first haunting I ever had was at my birth. I was a difficult child, even from the beginning. My mother struggled to get me out of her. Not to get rid of me, just to give me life. But I was stuck within her. The doctors dipped in the high forceps and pulled me by my head from her womb, and to discover the placenta wrapped around my head. The doctor didn't think of anything of it because he was a modern person. But all the nurses and my mother knew what this meant. They were Irish. I had been born with a veil, allowing me to see things no one else could see. We moved up from Boston to Maine almost immediately. And my best friend was Chaney. He and I played hockey in the rink my father built behind the house. We swam at the end of the dock. And we went to school together. As I got older, I realized that not everybody felt the same way about me as they felt about Chaney. And one autumn afternoon, Kathy Burns, the prettiest girl in Underwood Primary School in Falmouth Forsyth, had a birthday party. I wasn't invited. Chaney came back later with a piece of cake and told me how he had kissed Kathy in the basement. I took one bite of the cake. It tasted of chalk. Chaney and I remained friends. My father got a promotion and was moving back to Boston. Chaney and I vowed to never go swimming unless we were together. I was coming up 2 weeks later for a holiday with my grandmother at her camp on Watchet Pond. Chaney's family had a cottage on Lake Sebago, and we gave each other a hug, and my father drove us off in a station wagon south. On Memorial Day, which was my birthday weekend, my mother and father took us down to Nantasket Beach, which she said was the greatest beach in the world. Flat gray sand. Everybody, all the other members of my family were in the water except for me. She said, why? And I said, because I promised Chaney I wouldn't go swimming. She said, that's nothing, you know. It's a beautiful day. It's warm. The water's beautiful. Come with me. I couldn't fight my mother. She grabbed my hand, and we went into the surf. When I got home, it was almost sunset, and my mother put me in the car. I had 5 brothers and sisters. I was the only one in the car, and I knew immediately what had happened. I could see it all. And she came out and told me that Chaney had drowned in Lake Sebago. And she walked away. She never said another word about it, but I could see everything. Him struggling in the water, and going underneath it, and his dying. I prayed to God to save him and bring him back. But there is no God. Not for me that day, not for Chaney. I've always been haunted by him. I never forget him. I'm 67 years old. I think about him almost every day. And I've gone up looking for him, looking for his grave, or any sign of that he actually existed, but there is none. There's no police report. There's no medical report at the hospitals. I don't know where his family is. I can't ask anything about him. But in some ways, he might not have died. 'Cause remember, he had a diving mask. He might have put that over and suffocated instead of drowning. You know, in my mind's eye, I see him in a nursing home, just lying there, brain dead to the world, aging in the same way I did. And I just know that he's there because I was born with a veil.